Yes, it's time to preview Game Week 6. Welcome to the Fantasy Threesome podcast. Hello, thanks for joining us once again. Welcome to our Week 6 preview. Great to be back. Great to be back with my old friend Ant, who was here last week. Ant, how are you?
Oh, well, I'm good, and you know what? I'm actually feeling quite positive after a good game week, boys. A good, strong game week.
Come on, then. Well, do you know what? Let's introduce our, the third of our threesome, and then we'll hear about your week. Phil, good to have you back, mate.
Hello.
It's good to have you back. We missed you last week.
Oh, yeah. So it's been very busy, very busy.
Okay. Well, thank you for making the time for us this week. And go on then, revel in the glory of your week. What score did you get?
Well, I mean, it was nothing breathtaking, boys. It was just about the same as you, really. But 52 points. Bear in mind, about 5 minutes into the Chelsea Man United game, I had Sanchez, who my son had great delight in telling me got sent off. So a -3 for him, and then I Cucurella with a 0 and Jed Spence with 1. But despite all that, I got 52 points above average, and I went up about 800,000 places in the game. So there you go.
Small margins at the moment. Small margins.
Indeed it is. But yeah, good old Defcon came into play for me because I had Semenyo as captain, which I thought was a terrible choice. But then he got bonus points for Defcon. Who knew?
There you go. More on that. More on that to come. Phil, how was your week? Anybody stand out for you, mate?
Well, I mean, my game week. I mean, the build up to Ant's game week was quite spectacular. I got 6 more points than Ant, and I used a clever tactic where I completely forgot about the deadline and went and so ended up having Captain Salah against Arsenal's Captain Haaland against Arsenal's stubborn defense, and luckily that paid off. I should think less and more often because it clearly works. So yeah, not bad. I can't remember. Yeah, Trufer got 9. Reinders 9, and then just Captain Haaland. In truth, everyone else did pretty rubbish, but it's just the fact that I Captain Haaland.
Yeah, that Reinders Haaland came home to roost for me as well. That double was really good, and this week was the week that I finally decided it is time, regardless of the fixtures, to bin off Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, it gave with one hand and it tooketh with the other. Phil, I don't know if you can do this live whilst we're recording, but there once upon a time was a tool you had to see how many transfers I've made so far this season.
I love it. Yeah.
I've lost count, but very trigger happy I'm feeling. Very trigger happy indeed. Look, let's give the people what they...
I can't see the transfers you've done so far this week.
Okay, but up until this week?
So between game week 1 and game week 2, no transfers were made. Did you play like a...
I played my wild card.
Right, so that's not counted as yeah, and then it's gone south really. So then you made... So the week after your wild card, which you'd done presumably to set yourself up for the long term, you made 3 transfers and took a -8.
Yeah.
Leading into game week 4, not quite happy with the 3 transfers you'd made before. You made 5 transfers for a -16.
Yeah.
And you took another -4 last week. Yeah, it's not ideal. And you've played your wild card and your bench boost so far.
My name's Michael, and I'm a transfer addict. Yeah, really struggling.
What does your team look like? Like, considering, you've made all these transfers, you've got to be happy with it now. What does it look like?
It looks okay, but for the Watkins-Rogers conundrum. So I think this may well be the week. Interested to see whether Isaac gets game time in the cup.
You don't have Rogers. You don't have Watkins. You don't have Watkins.
Do I not?
You didn't in game week 5, so unless you bought him in.
Oh no, I haven't bought him in. Okay, I might be looking at my alternative team. Apologies.
Okay, this is awkward.
I've got 2 teams on the go, lads. I've got a pod team and I've got a cash league team. Both of which I've been frivolous in terms of transfers. So, and I think that's part of the problem. I think that I've only done them in one team, but actually I've already done them in both, and then I duplicate. It's a mess, lads. It's an absolute mess. But enough of my woes. Let's give the people what they want.
How easy, Radical Roger. Respect Mr. Pato Bantan. Rough, just like a soup in a pot. We are what? Bubbling hot.
Now, I love the little smile that goes from ear to ear for Ant every time that music starts up. You're a big fan, aren't you?
It's been in my head all day long. Love it.
All right, look, this is where we look at a player that's just bubbling under, and we're keeping one eye on because we think we might well want to bring them into their team over the coming weeks. And why don't we start with you then?
I'm going to go for Lucas Bergvall at Spurs. So, he's only had one really, really strong game week so far, which was 11 points against West Ham. But he's looking good. He's looking like a little bit of a differential. He's only selected by 0.6% of teams. But Spurs' fixtures do look delightful on paper coming up. They've got Wolves, Leeds, Villa and Everton. And I was seeing the highlights of the weekend and I thought he looked very impressive. So he might be a bit of a differential and somebody who's coming good.
Okay.
We're bubbling hot. We're bubbling hot. Yes, just like a soup in a bubbling hot.
Phil, what about you?
Okay, I'll let you guess mine if I give you a Partridge quote.
Okay.
And then you can see if you can guess the player from the end of the quote.
All right,
I was to say, "I'm leaving you, you cow."
Has he shopped at Summerfields?
Sue Cook?
No.
Lewis Cook? I heard Sue Cook recently on a tribute to John Stapleton on the radio. That was nice.
Nice.
We call her Sue Cook. She's still with us.
But yeah, no, you've not quite got it. It's okay. I'm leaving you, you cow, Rue Matoma. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Kaoru Matoma, and in a similar vein, if he ever gets game time, I genuinely think that one of the best players in the Premier League is Gruder at Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
He just never gets to start. Although he started last week. But apart from that, that's his first start of the season. I think I've watched every time I've seen him.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen Gruder, I've thought he's fantastic. But as he's not starting, Matoma is playing 90 minutes every game at the moment.
Yep.
And their fixtures aren't terrible. They got Chelsea, but like I told you, Chelsea are rubbish. So I would go Matoma, and then if Gruder gets some minutes, get in on him because they got Chelsea, Wolves, Newcastle, Man United, Leeds.
All right, bubbling hot. I'll quickly give you mine. I think Eberici Eze, frustrated in terms of minutes, came on at half-time at the weekend, had an impact, got his first assist for the club. And I think with injuries left, right and centre across that front line, I see that the lad from Chelsea, remind me of his name, boys, should be on the tip of my tongue, that they signed from Chelsea in the summer.
So who signed from Chelsea?
Arsenal signed from Chelsea. Where's nice headband?
Madueke.
Madueke, he's injured now, so I think that really does open the door for Eze that probably should have been opened previously. So,
or indeed Saka, who plays in that position.
Yeah, I just think Eze. Anyway, good, right. Thank you for that, Phil. Let's now do quiz. Yes.
I mean, this won't really work for the listeners. It won't be news, but Lincoln have taken the lead against Chelsea.
Well, that's exciting.
They'd already hit the post.
Is this going to be another game where you're going to be completely distracted?
No.
Yeah, we had this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
I'm not watching the game.
Yeah.
It's just like soccer specials on.
Okay.
So just showing it. Just
the scores
chill out.
popped up. All right.
Come on, you imps.
Here's this then.
It's a quiz. 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 It's the quiz.
Yes, it is. Rattling straight on from one featurette to another. It's squeaky bum time. You're trying to work out who my 9-year-old boy was doing an impression of, doing a trumpety trump when he made this noise.
Oopsie.
One more time for you.
Oopsie.
Now, You're allowed to ask me one question and one question only each. I can only answer yes or no. We've been playing for a few weeks now. Highlights include: does he have a Puma boot deal? No. Has he stepped into a Summerfield supermarket as a player? The answer was no. Has he captained his team? Yes. And crucially, I think a big one last week, is he English? And the answer came back yes. So you've got a question each to ask me first before you make your guess. And let's throw to you first.
Okay. I think I also asked last week if they play in claret, if the home team is claret.
And the answer was?
No?
Correct. Their home kit is not claret.
Okay. Is this English player bold?
Is this English player bold? He's not bald. So not bald. He's also not tall, we established at one point as well in the weeks that have preceded this. Phil.
A short man with hair.
Yes.
Your question, please.
Has this player likely ever had a apple or indeed banana toffo?
Has this player ever had an apple or banana toffo?
Yeah.
Are they still around, by the way?
No,
Because they were incredible.
Long discontinued.
Feels like a question that's tied in with the Summerfield one, in all honesty.
Really
I'm just
if they've not been in a Summerfield, they've probably not had a banana toffo.
Well, you said they had been in a Summerfield.
I said they could have been in a Summerfield, but not as a player.
Could have been.
I don't follow them around. I haven't got their life story. And even if I did, I don't suppose a trip to Summerfield would feature especially high.
You said that they'd been in a Summerfield.
They'll have been in a Summerfield, but not as a player.
What do you mean by that?
Like when they were correct.
On their day off.
This is why I'm trying to age them with toffos.
Yeah, I definitely not had a banana toffo.
Oh, okay.
So, I need you to both lock in a guess, and let's see if tonight is the night that it goes. 6 weeks in. And you question first. I'm going to let you go first.
I really haven't got a Scooby-Doo. But I'm going to go for... definitely he's been a captain. I'm going to go for Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling. You're locking it in?
I'm locking it in.
What he said Raheem Sterling the other week, you clown.
Did you?
He's not said Raheem Sterling.
I didn't think it's Raheem Sterling.
Wait for one more. But it's slow in coming. Raheem Sterling. It's not Raheem Sterling.
Not
So,
the biggest surprise of the night.
Not sure the Toffo questions give you a huge amount of insight.
No, it has. Oh,
Okay.
Although he doesn't play in claret.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal. The two people I'm torn between do play in claret.
They both play in claret.
Yeah.
A big mistake.
Yeah.
Do they also have a Puma boot deal? I mean, are you paying any attention to the answers that have been given?
Yeah, the issue I've got here is I'm unsure.
Okay.
I'm unsure of what colour kit you're classing Crystal Palace is as.
Crystal Palace is not claret.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Take your time, buddy. Take your time.
And he's definitely not had a toffo.
Definitely not a Toffo.
Then I think I've got it.
Hit me.
Tyreek Mitchell.
All right, Tyreek Mitchell. Locking it in. Here we go. Again, timed this very poorly. Need a thud. It's not Tyreek Mitchell. Yes, Anthony?
He's not captain Crystal Palace.
He might have done.
He might have done
He
once.
has.
I was
No.
I was pretty sure that it was Jared Bowen.
Tricky, that.
Short, but then the whole. Yeah.
Claret. Yeah.
That's why I went down the Toffos route, just to check. But
Okay. Well, we try again next week.
it's the quiz. 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 It's the quiz.
Okay, look, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look through the fixtures now. Coming up this week, we're going to pick out one or two players that we think might well be worth selecting as a part of that. And halfway through, we'll take a break to look at DEFCON. So, and if you would do your traditional role, please. Oh, sorry, Phil, you got a problem?
I'm just wondering on a couple of things. One, do you think that there's a chance that listeners start voting with their feet if this quiz continues and we don't bring back player or cheese anytime soon?
I think we're long past that. Long past that in terms of
That ship has sailed.
listeners walking with their feet, mate. I don't know if you've seen the listening figures in the Philippines. We are no longer number one sports fantasy podcast in the Philippines. So,
I mean, most listeners will walk with their feet, Mike. I said vote with their feet.
Yes. Well, okay, but we're an inclusive church here, Phil, and there are people that can't walk with their feet, and shame on you.
Right.
Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What do they walk with?
No, shame on you.
What do they walk with? Those that can walk, what do they
We've
walk
said this, Phil. They walk with a heavy heart. Now, hopefully with a little bit of light and a little bit of optimism. Let's look at the fixtures.
Not physically going to help them.
Metaphorically. Wow. Okay, and first fixture of the weekend is what?
Is Brentford, 12:30 Saturday lunchtime, is Brentford at home to Manchester United, who actually won a game of football.
It's the Brian Umbermo derby. Let me tell you, Brian Umbermo, definitely in the team that you see in our league, is a player that I bought in 5 minutes into the Chelsea match in a absolutely impulse. Yeah, he's won a penalty. He's going to be good now. Man United are going to be good now. Brian Umbermo, in he comes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not pulling up any trees, is he, so far? But
I think I looked at their next couple of games. That's the thing, United. Brentford away, Sunderland home, on paper, both in theory winnable fixtures. Of course, 8 wins now in 32 means that there aren't many winnable fixtures for United, but Brentford away, Sunderland home look quite good on paper, and I've jumped on that. And Burmo at 8.1 as well. He's even had a blooming price rise, and I bought him in at 8.1. So,
your team value is looking good, Mike.
Yeah, that's nice. Good. I'm pleased. Yeah. Semenyo early, Reinders early.
Can I precede these fixtures with the fact that I've got Cody Gakpo, he's worth 7.72 me, is he?
7.7. I also have Gakpo.
So if I sold him, I'd get 7.7. So bear in mind, as we're doing these fixtures, if you think of a player who I could replace him with, because I fear for his minutes moving forward.
Fair. Okay. What about Ahmad, lads? What about Ahmad in this one? He's looked lively. He's played the full 90 in the last 3 games. A reasonable XG in 2 of the 3 games. Man City away, not so much, but certainly against Chelsea and Burnley. I mean, Chelsea is difficult because they were down to 10 men, so sat fairly deep. But Ahmad at 6.3, is that still quite rich?
I don't think it's rich, but I just don't know if you can trust any United player. I mean, United, for you and the other XG fans, have the highest XG of any team in the Premier League.
Great stat.
But I heard it on the radio.
I assumed you hadn't been. I assumed you hadn't watched every single game and statistically recorded it yourself.
No, but I could have dared do research.
Okay, yeah.
But it's good that you discounted that as an option immediately.
Yeah, sure.
And jumped straight to me making notes from games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't think you can trust them. They were up for that Chelsea game, but are they?
The red card early doors helped.
Yeah, but to be fair, even before that, they did start well.
So with those 2 fixtures in mind, you wouldn't think as a temporary fix to if you've got a free transfer to use, bringing in a United player with those two transfers in mind, you wouldn't be attacking them.
So who they got after Brentford? Sorry,
Sunderland away.
Sunderland.
Sorry,
That's not
Sunderland
an
at home.
not an easy game, you know.
Seemingly not.
I think Sunderland will win that.
Do
But
you?
that's not this week. That's
You
not
think
this
Sunderland will go to Old Trafford in 2 weeks' time and win it?
week.
Win.
Imagine, yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine. So no players you'll be jumping on from a United perspective.
No, you got at this stage of the FPL season. I think you need to find players who've got a bit of consistency, or at least whose teams have got a bit of consistency.
It's this short-term strategy I've been struggling with. You're right. You're quite right. All right, so we're talking United there. Anyone on the Brentford side? I mean, you've got Sharda, who's their long throw specialist.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Because he's quite a small person. So fair play to him being able to throw that far.
He's played the full 90 the last two, but prior to that, he came off on 78th and 89 minutes. They do appear to be leaning on him as a tactic with that long throw. But 7 million feels rich. It feels like there's probably better options out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be for the same reasons as I've just mentioned. Man United, I wouldn't be aiming for Brentford players at this moment in time.
Okay, all right. Next up, then, Ant.
Next up is Chelsea at home to Brighton. Brighton are a bit of a funny team this season, aren't they? They were actually, even though they were 2-0 up against Spurs the weekend, I think it was slightly fortunate, to be honest. They were very much second best. And they look very much like a team that you could get at. So is this a week to captain João Pedro, maybe? He is definitely what I'm looking at. Yeah, against his former club. Chelsea good at home, although riding their luck, I would suggest, with some of the VAR decisions. But yeah, I think I might captain João Pedro this week. Spoiler with that.
That's okay. It's a very interesting take.
Thank you.
Enzo Fernandez is one I've taken a bit of a look at. In terms of form, he's right up there at the moment. He's on penalties, of course, for them. 6.7 million. He's had a goal and assist in week 2 and week 3. Nothing the last two, but you can understand down to 10 men against United why perhaps he might not have done. But for 6.7 million, I think he's a bit of a wild card, so to speak, to bring in a bit of a differential. What do you think?
Yeah,
not exciting you clearly.
But
No.
he's not exciting, is he? You know, you're getting a defensive midfielder in, and although with your defensive contributions and such, making a bit of a difference this season, he's not exciting. 6.7 million's a lot for a defensive midfielder.
He's not a fun watch. But
he is on set pieces.
But he is on set pieces, including pens, and I don't think we should underestimate that. Okay, and sorry, they're at home to Brighton. Yeah, we've established they're not best. Minte, who I think I
you mentioned
about,
last week, yeah,
and he scored, popped up for them against Spurs.
Karu Matoma. I mean,
yeah, you're going Matoma. Yeah. I'm leaving.
He's 6.4 million.
For our Filipino listeners, that's an Alan Partridge quote, which is a sitcom over here in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Anne.
Palace at home to Liverpool. Palace, who've been brilliant so far this season, similar to us. A lot of people write them off, losing players left, right, and centre, but they've done very well. Kept Gahey, which I think is crucial. But this has just got the feeling Liverpool have really not got out of second gear yet, have they? And yet they sit top of the league, having won all their games. And this just feels like the sort of game they'll just sneak a 1-0 somehow.
Yeah,
I'm in the gap.
I don't know. I don't see them sneaking a 1-0. I just think, look, it's a glorified friendly, the Community Shield, but they beat Liverpool just a matter of weeks ago, and they tore them to shreds at times in that game. So, I don't know. Interesting one in terms of sort of in and amongst it in form at the moment is Daichi Kamada, who's a 5 million midfielder for them.
Daichi Kamada.
That's the one. Picked up an assist against Aston Villa in week 3. Has played 85, 90, and then 90 minutes the last 3 weeks. So, if you need an enabler, it doesn't strike me as a bad one to have.
Huh?
What's up?
It's just a terrible call, isn't it?
Why is it a terrible call? He's getting game time and he's 5 million.
Because he's not doing anything.
He got an assist. I just told you that.
Okay, but you've got a
Who are you
stack,
buying at 5 million that's a better option?
stack at Leeds. He's just got a 15-pointer. He's on corners. He's got Bournemouth, Tottenham, Burnley, West Ham, and Brighton next. Anton Stack.
Yeah, you might be right.
Pap Sarr for Spurs, who admittedly didn't play last week, but has played the rest of the season very well. David Brooks of Bournemouth.
Yeah, good shout.
You look very electric so far. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, okay. All right, fine. Dismiss him, but dismiss him at your
Cullen
peril.
at Burnley. Josh Cullen at
Okay,
Burnley.
he's still going. Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right.
Burnley.
Look, we'll come to Burnley all in due course. But
my issue is that you're saying flippantly, "Oh, Kamada. What about Kamada?
just as an enabler.
Put him in your team, I dare you."
Don't need him in my team, mate, because I've got a good spread of value across my squad. I don't need any 5 million midfielders. Thanks, Ed. Okay, interesting. You've got Frimpong now back in the side, and look, come start of the season, he was amongst the best owned players. Back from injury now, but Liverpool defence.
You can get them. All the teams have proved it. We proved it on Gameweek 1. If you get them, they will concede goals. Just don't do an Arsenal. Just don't try and get them. No, ball everyone to death.
Is Isak going to start, lads? Is he going to start? Because Ekatike again popped up with a goal at the weekend.
Yeah, good finish, wasn't it? I hope he doesn't, because I've got Ekatike myself. So, yeah, it feels like he's sort of been used as a super sub at the moment, which is quite unbelievable for £125 million player, wherever he was. But, yeah.
He's just scored against Southampton.
There you go. Well, I mean...
Well, watch out.
I mean, you two could score against Southampton, in fairness.
Yeah,
but
not with this ankle.
Okay. All right. So, look, we said it last week. I think it's a matter of, for nearly all players, it's a matter of when rather than if in terms of Isak. I think he's going to be one that most people are going to have moving forward. It's just whether you gamble and try and steal a march on folk in over the next couple of weeks. That could backfire, of course.
The thing is, Haaland has become essential again, which is nice to see because it gives you decisions to make and a bit of variation in the game. Salah has still done what Salah does, and he's got points despite the fact that Liverpool and he have not been playing well. And you just kind of think, I mean, he's still the 5th top scoring midfielder, but will you have more value swapping out Salah for someone cheaper and getting Isak, or are you better just dealing with not having Isak? Because it's tricky to get Salah, Isak, and Haaland.
Agreed, but I think if you're going to have a Liverpool asset, I would. This is hugely controversial, but I would have Isak over Salah.
That's okay. That's kind of my my question. Yeah, okay.
I'd have the two boys up front because I think there's plenty of cover in midfield in terms of options you could bring in, and there's value there. Whereas, really, João Pedro, Haaland, Isak, I think becomes the template moving forward up front. I don't see there's not tons of options to pick out between the rest of the strikers. Chris Wood, #busted flush. There are. You're not awash with options there. I don't think Evan Nilsson hasn't, torn up any trees points wise on FPL so far this season. Going into the season, there weren't loads of strikers that we were excited about. Watkins has died on his backside. So, yeah, I think you're probably making a choice between Ekatike and Isak, and long term, I think there's only one winner there.
Okay, what's your look at the next fixture? I'm just going to try and put together a little team that's got all three and see how it looks.
Great. Okay. And next up,
Ellen Road next. Leeds at home to Bournemouth. Bournemouth with a very good start, currently sitting in the Champions League places, but this is exactly the type of game that we all love to lose. Leeds, what do we think? Obviously, they won at the weekend, but that was against Wolves, who are sitting bottom of the league, and seem to have a bit of a crazy 5 minutes. So, what do we think here, boys? Are we going to continue our good little start?
Yeah,
or is it all going to come crumbling down?
I really do, and I don't think this is misplaced loyalty. I think Andoni said it in his presser on Sunday. We're extremely competitive in every game, and he expects us to be that every game this season. This will be no different. I think our class will tell. I think we're very nicely going under the radar at the moment. I think a win on Sunday would have had people sitting up and taking a little bit more notice, but for a very good defensive display from Newcastle, we might have broken them down. We're definitely better against sides that attack us, and I think Leeds at home with the crowd behind them, I think they'll have no choice but to do that. And I think we'll exploit the gaps that they'll leave. The world and his wife seems to suddenly be on Semenyo now. So that if you haven't woken up to that, it's probably about time you did.
Most transferred in player this game week.
There you go. I think Bournemouth win this, and I think they win it at a bit of a canter. It's going to be all in the face, isn't it? That one.
I got you a team if you want it.
Well, let's give just an asset or two on the Bournemouth front, because me just waxing lyrical about how great Bournemouth are probably isn't a huge amount of help. I would look at Brooks. I think he goes into yet another game with the same front four. He's been very consistent, and that's not always been the way in terms of team selection for Iraola. But Evan Nilsson's led the line. You've had Tavernier, you've had Brooks, and you've had Semenyo across the three. And I don't think that changes again this week. So Brooks is going to be on more set pieces than any of the others. Semenyo obviously is on pen, so that helps. It goes against Evan Nilsson as a selection. But Brooks, I would definitely consider him, and our good run of fixtures continues. We follow this up with a game home to Fulham on the following Friday night. So David Brooks, take a look, and really fancy him to do well here at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
Okay, Phil, let's see your team.
Right. So I'll be starting. So I'm probably not going to make these transfers because I'm happy enough with my team. I just need to get rid of Gakpo. And I'm not sure Isak's going to be starting yet. But when he does, this is affordable. Darlow in goal, right, against Bournemouth.
Yep.
You have Darlow and Dubravka, a 4 million double team.
Tough that Darlow is at home to Bournemouth, and
I just think Leeds. I think Leeds at home are a different beast. But this is just to show you what you can set up if you want. You want the three premiums.
Yep.
Then defense, you have Calafiori, Truffert, who's been really good for points this season, and then you have this. I don't know what your opinion is going to be here, but Michael Keane had an incredible, his XG Mike in the last game that he played against Liverpool. And then Villa. He had an XG of 0.55. Everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Thank you. So Michael Keane, he's got West Ham, Palace, Man City, Spurs, Sunderland next. He's played every game, and he's been playing a lot better. His confidence is back to old Michael Keane now. Moyes is back. You then on the bench have Ekdal and Rodon. They're just bench fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Midfield. So I'll give you the starting lineup, actually. So you got Darlow, Calafiori, Truffert, Keane. Midfield of... Everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Yep, we done there. Then in the midfield, you got Ants, mate. He suggested him. Bergvall.
Okay.
Well, better. You're welcome.
Reinders. Semenyo. Salah.
Yep. Okay.
Up front, you got João Pedro, Haaland, Isak.
Okay. It's not a bad little team. Don't mind it.
It leaves you with no money in the bank at all. But you've got Haaland, Isak, João Pedro, Salah, Semenyo, Calafiori. There's a lot of strong players in there.
Yeah. But Phil, just remind me, who was your guess in the Squeaky Bun time?
You realise I got it right?
Who was it?
I'll live with you. I can't remember.
Tyreek Mitchell.
Tyreek Mitchell. Yeah, Tyreek Mitchell.
Get out of my
Right. Okay. Okay.
So late to the party.
Yeah, so sorry. So sorry. Yeah, not bad, Phil. Not bad effort at all. Don't mind that.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
So you're relying on Keane. Don't.
God,
He's
mate, you really are. You're keeping me busy tonight.
Everybody's changing and I don't feel the same.
he's had 8 points, 3 points, 6 points in the middle of a 1 and a 2-pointer. But him, or you could play Rodon if you want a double leads against Bournemouth. But yeah, this gives you the 3 big premiums. Or you could swap Isak for Cole Palmer and get in old Foster at Burnley if you wanted instead. But that's a squad that could get you 3 premiums.
Okay. I just one more word on Bournemouth because I'm just enjoying talking about them at the moment. It's just a nod to the defence. I think when we did our preview pre-season, we talked about the fact that the defence had been sort of ripped apart and 4 of the back 5 had departed. But we've kept 3 clean sheets in a row. True fair. We've mentioned many a time already this season. Definitely worth considering. At the back there at 4.5. Have we any other 3 o'clock, Dan?
We do indeed. We have one more. And
Okay.
I just realised that captaining João Pedro when this fixture is on the horizon will be lunacy, and that's because it's Manchester City at home to Burnley. So, 80% of the game we're going to have Haaland as captain here?
Yeah, you would think so.
This is the big problem apart from Gakpo that I've got, in that this is not a televised game,
Right?
and therefore captaining Haaland is going to be problematic because I can't watch it, so it's a bit of a duffer. Everyone else is going to captain Haaland, so it's not exciting if he does anything. It's a defensive strategy, Whereas Grealish is at home to West Ham on Monday night, something like that. And why not do something you can watch?
Okay.
Well, I mean, just on your choices, Phil, all of the last 5 games of the game week are all on TV, so you're spoiled for choice.
Very spoiled. Very spoiled.
Saturday night, Spurs Wolves. Lovely old job. We're together, lads, aren't we? I think we were together that night, so we could pop that on in the background.
Indeed. Lovely stuff, of course.
Yeah, great. Okay, great to see Reinders from as an owner of him and an early adopter. In fact, he was
Peaky Reinders. Peaky Reinders.
Very good. I've just brought him in this week.
Peaky Reinders. Peaky Reinders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be your name. What is your dream team name this season?
I haven't done Cat.
You have.
Oh yes, Cat. Yes, okay, great. As an early adopter, I had him from the off. Bigged him up pre-season.
And just made the noise of a cat.
That's nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Pleased to see him haul at the weekend. Happy days. Rodri back in amongst it. Picking up DEFCON points. We'll come to that in just a moment's time. Anybody else grab you from Man City? Jaden Anthony, you picked him up last weekend, scored again this weekend.
Yeah, he did. I mean, just like fortuitous goal, wasn't it? But just Burnley's fixtures at the moment aren't great, are they? And you wouldn't expect him to haul, but certainly in a couple of game weeks, he might be one to look at. And I think he's still at 5.5, so he's cheap, but he's having a good season.
Second highest scoring midfielder on the game. Second highest.
Oh, Mr. Statman.
Certainly, he heard it on the radio. Certainly looks a lot better than Camacho, I would say.
Kamada?
Yeah, him as well. Do you know my favourite? My favourite player from Burnley is Chuana. I just think it's a great name.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a midfielder for Burnley. Anyway, right, let's do this. That's right, it's DEFCON. There are DEFCON. Thank you, Tom. Right, going to just run down the top 10 DEFCON point earners per start. So looking at the 5-game week so far, per game played, how many points they've averaged. First at the blocks and top of the league, he's only played the one game, so difficult in terms of a sample size. But Thiao of Newcastle, 4.9 million, got himself some serious DEFCON points. Hold the line.
You know what you are. You are. Give it to me.
All right, we talked about him last week. Marcos Zanesi in second place, 4.7 million defender for Bournemouth. We've seen a couple of point-mil price hikes there. Interesting pick in third place, and this might be one to look at, is Mukiele of Sunderland, and only £4 million on the game. Third in the game for DEFCON. Next up is the one we highlighted going into season, James Tarkowski. He was top DEFCON guy last season, 5.5 million, so a big jump up from Mukiele. But whether the Mukiele can sustain that is another matter. And in fifth place is Virgil van Dijk up at 6.1. They are... I'm going to persist with this. Sixth place is Joachim Andersen. We talked about him last week, 4.5 million. The price remains. Another Sunderland player in there is Alderete of Sunderland, another 4 million pick. Then you've got Kinder Bueno of Wolves, 4.4 million in at eighth. Look, placed on one game. Milosavljevic of Bournemouth at 4.5 million. I would say he's not starting right now, so don't jump on him. And we mentioned him. He pushes pineapples. He shakes a tree. Agpadu in 10th place of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Oh, that's an abrupt.
That's it.
Shame.
Yeah,
okay, well,
the other little jig.
There you go. Okay, so let's move to Sunday then, or is it Saturday night, Anne?
So you missed out Forest against Sunderland.
Okay.
What a fixture! 5:30 on your Saturday evening. Do you fancy anything? I still really like more Gibbs White, but I mean, Ange Postecoglou still in the very early stages of his Forest career, and I think it's going to take a few games before he puts his stamp on it. But Sunderland are doing it right, aren't they? They're not exactly setting the world alight, but they're getting points.
Yeah, look, one I like, and you're probably going to, shout me down on it because it's another 5 mil selection. Is Granit Xhaka. I just think he's had 2 assists in 4 games for them. He's kind of a talisman. Obviously, you've got the gamble of the yellow cards that quite often come his way as well. Has he had? Excuse me, a little bit of windy pops. Has he had any yellow cards so far?
Windy.
It was a little bit of windy pops. Just took me by surprise. My apologies. It's been a long day, and a questionable diet as well today. But I don't think he's had any yellows yet, which is good going for Granit Xhaka.
That's incredible.
But
that
5 mil, and he's assisted in 2 of the last 4. So would you consider him, boys?
No.
Phil?
What are their fixtures like?
Forest away, followed by
bad,
United
not
away,
bad.
followed by Wolves home.
Winnable.
Yeah.
But still
I've got something that says Jackie here, so I'm going to hit it. It's a sound clip from Hunter, the original Gladiators, and his only hit single, in inverted commas, Shaka Boom. Okay, Elliot Anderson. I do like him, lads. I do like him.
He's a player, isn't he? He is a
player. He's not whacking up a load of points just yet. He had an assist in that opening fixture, but again, just there's loads of players in this kind of 5 to 6 mil bracket that you can put in and enable. So, what are Forest fixtures like coming up?
They are
a great question.
Sunderland, Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Man United, Leeds, Liverpool, Brighton, Wolves, Everton.
It's a mixed bag, isn't it?
Really
a mixed bag. And the search for a clean sheet goes on. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. I flagged this up last week. They are the team in the Premier League with the longest wait for a clean sheet. It now runs to 9 games without a clean sheet.
Good grief.
Which, when you think about, the first 2/3 of last season and the rock on which their season was built was very much their defence. It's a remarkable turnaround with no turnover or churnover indeed of players.
Leaky.
Yeah. Chris Wood, busted flush.
Yeah, no, thank you. See you later. Get him in the bin.
I think I was probably right on this, Phil. We had a minor lapse opening game of the season, a fluke, but now I think I don't think he's going to suit Ange Ball either, Chris Wood.
No,
I don't think he's going to play to his strengths. So yeah, it's interesting to see how that one plays out. Undoy, I think, in the Ange Ball system may well emerge as a real asset, but one to keep an eye on, maybe. Okay, so that's your 5:30. Is this? I may be wrong, but I think there's an evening kickoff, isn't there, on Saturday night? Yes, we've all just
you mentioned Spurs against Wolves. Yeah, Wolves in disarray, aren't they? I mean, I can't get my head around the fact that the board of Wolves have come out and said they're happy with the manager and they've offered him a long-term contract.
I love that.
Yeah, in a way, but I mean,
love that.
Do you though? I mean, what happens if they don't turn it around?
Look, he did a really good job for them last season. He's got a proven track record. He is a good manager. I think they're probably, realistic about the fact they've not really invested in that squad for a couple of seasons now. So
yeah, they've sold all their best players, and he's not kicked up a fuss, so they've offered him a new contract.
I don't know that anybody goes in there and does a better job with the players that you've got. So I think they've done well to tie him down, and I think they've done well to keep him rather than him do well to stay in the job. So okay. So look, Spurs in this game, lads. We talked about Kudus, or as you seem to like to call him, Kudos. 2 assists. Yeah, indeed, absolutely. Let's give him some. 2 assists against Brighton. You stuck with him. I think when I'm moving Morgan Rogers out in my burner team, I think I'm probably going to bring in.
He looked so good, didn't he? He looked so lively, and against the Wolves defence that is hardly full of confidence. You expect him to be in the points. I mean, I've had him since game week 1, boys. Just saying.
Oh, you're talking about Kudus now, not Simmons, because I'd still favour Simmons long term. I think he's the better option of the two.
Yeah. I mean, he could and should have really scored on Saturday, shouldn't he? So I think once he does, he could go on a little run. But he's definitely a quality player, and Spurs are looking good. Take out the game against Bournemouth. Thomas Frank's come in there. He's had a great start. Spurs looking very unspursy.
Yeah, Xavi Simmons is weird because he didn't start the last game. He came on as a sub.
Game changer.
But
changer.
His price went up after that.
Well, because people are seeing what I'm seeing, Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, someone doing the washing up.
Someone making a cup of tea. I'd love a tea.
Milk and what, please?
Making a cup of tea.
I can't hear anything, and I'm. Oh yeah.
You sound like someone's making a cup of tea.
Okay. And look, Wolves are Wolvesy, right? We're going to be picking out any golden nuggets in amongst the Wolves squad, which leads us to Sunday.
2 games: Villa, Fulham, Newcastle against Arsenal. What is going on at Villa? What is going on?
I saw him walk down he walked down the touchline early. Did Unai Emery? Shook hands before. It was very Mourinho. Shook hands and walked straight down the tunnel with like a couple of minutes of the game to go. He'd obviously seen enough.
Quite incredible the amount of. They're all on the 2 screws, aren't they, Villa? I mean, they do look dreadful. 1 goal, no wins, 5 games. One of my favourite things from last weekend was someone I worked with telling me that they triple captained Ollie Watkins for the last game week, which is a very strange choice. But yeah, I can't see them ending the rot here either.
The run of fixtures they had, it doesn't make any sense. They have played. We just scroll up. So okay, they were home to Newcastle. Then they played Brentford, Palace, Everton, Sunderland. I mean, to think that going into the season, out of those 5 games, they'd have 1 goal to their name. It's quite ridiculous. The drop off.
The players that were unbelievable for them last season, like Morgan Rogers, look a pale of that, don't they? So I wouldn't be looking at any Villa. I did have Matty Cashew, of course, went up to score, but I took him out a couple of weeks ago, and I had Ollie Watkins. I think I got rid of him after game week 2, and I'm very glad I did.
Okay. Phil, thoughts around this one, the Villa Fulham match?
I would keep an eye on Harry Wilson starting games. When he's a very effective player, and he started the last 2. He's 5.4 million, so he's that sort of price Bergval price bracket. Also, Muniz up front. Muniz is 5.5 million. Started every game so far.
Okay. And there's one more game on the Sunday, which is what?
Newcastle, Arsenal. Newcastle, I think, will go for this, won't they? They won't be so defensive. They were clearly happy to get the point on Sunday.
Yeah, tricky one this.
Yeah.
It's a game of 2 really good defences. I mean, I don't recall, and Bournemouth have been lively going forward so far this season. I don't recall a team coming and doing such a good job against Bournemouth since Andoni came in a couple of years ago. They really, really impressed me. And Dan Burn was, seeing him up close and playing, from a fan's perspective, with no stats, to back any of this up, looked a hell of a player. Like, his interceptions were strong. Didn't DEFCON it, but his interceptions were really, really good. He had players in his pockets. He was bombing down the left wing throughout the second half as well. He's a threat from set pieces. So, him and Livramento, I think, are really good options. And at the moment, I'd probably favour them over attack. I think they've failed to score in 3 of their last 4 games, Newcastle. So, going into the season, you'd probably be looking at, the likes of Alanga or Gordon. But actually, defensive options look maybe a better bet at the moment.
For those who still have their wild card, if you can wait until after this game, then look at game week 7 onwards. Newcastle have got Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, Brentford. Arsenal's fixtures also change at this point. So West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley, Sunderland. So if those people have held their wild card, game week 7, so the week after this one, is a great time to use it. There's those 2 teams with good fixture runs coming up. Likewise, City have got a great fixture run right now, actually.
Voltemada impressed, and I think as a focal point of their attack, I think they'll have to play differently. I think they'll have to play to his strengths, and that means delivery into the box. But he really impressed both with his feet and in the air. He was a threat all game. He was a handful. And actually, when I'm talking about the fact that there aren't tons of strikers about, with that run of fixtures you mentioned, I'd be saying, okay, João Pedro or Voltemada. I think both are a similar kind of prospect.
Very smiley. I do like. He looks like a likable chap.
Yeah. Voltemada. It's food for thought.
A good friend of ours who was at the game, Alex Parley, described him as a donkey when I was catching him.
I think that's incredibly
hard. Differing opinion. Yeah, I mean, I did say to him, he's chucked the ball in the box in the air. You'd fancy him to score.
Yeah, but I think this will be a game of 2 strong defences. I don't see loads of goals.
Well, Eddie, after the game, didn't they? They're not clicking offensively at the moment, are they? But I think once they do, that'll be the time to get on some of their attacking assets. But defensively, they do at least look strong. And they have a very tall goalkeeper and a very tall defender.
Now, look, if memory serves me right, that's 9 games. So that must mean a Monday night football.
Oh, Phil will be all over this in terms of his captain choice. Everton, loving their new home, and they are at home to West Ham, who look a complete and utter mess. Poor old Graham Potter. He looks so sad. Looks like he needs a hug. But West Ham, I mean, goodness me. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean,
they are
for them here.
They are the epitome of a one-man team with this man. No, you got kids asleep. Can't do it. You can talk to us.
It's a few
There
minutes.
we go.
The one thing I would say in defense of Potter is that they didn't actually play badly the other day against Palace. I thought they were the better team from what I saw. They somehow managed to lose it, which is, not a great sign. But I didn't think they were terrible, especially first half. Didn't think they were terrible. But it's just the media have decided that he's getting sacked. And they decided that, a good 3 games ago, they decided we're going after Potter. And so it just becomes self-fulfilling when media hound someone. They haven't been great, but they haven't been awful.
Controversial take this. Are West Ham fans amongst the worst set of fans in the Premier League?
No. Have
No?
you met?
You saying that as a West Ham fan?
A little bit, yeah. But
Yeah.
I would definitely have Chelsea fans.
Yeah, agreed.
As a general rule. I mean, not all of them, obviously.
Just they're never happy, are they? I mean, they are never happy.
They were happy when they had
Big Sam, not happy.
Yeah.
Had Pellegrini, not happy. Had David Moyes win the European Cup, not happy.
Avram Grant, not happy.
Not happy. Well, yeah, I mean, Avram Grant is the only manager that's given Potter a run for his money in terms of points per game, I think. Those two are right down the bottom. But I don't know, it's a club that always seems to be in the doldrums.
They just want their old stadium back.
Of course, I get that.
Yeah.
Absolutely get it.
Never have left.
They've sold their soul. And I saw the attendance the other day was like 62,000 they had. But how many of them are West Ham fans and how many of them are tourists that the club are getting in?
I mean, as a tourist attraction, it's a tough pitch, I would say, at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather spend an hour on the London Eye, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't see much of the pitch, do you? Me and Mike went a few years ago, and
it's been a few times.
Yeah, it wasn't a great view.
But look, when I say worst fans, I mean most miserable fans, and perhaps with good reason. Don't come after me, West Ham fans, please. Okay. Look, can I just quickly? It's a little bit self-indulgent, but can I just say that at the start of the season, going into this season, having not seen him play a single Premier League game, I called Juve of West Ham as a potential assist king. He has 3 already in 5 games, and that's in a very poor performing West Ham side. So, one to think about. Was one to think about the start of the season. He's one to watch. He's bubbling. He's only bubbling hot.
He is,
easy, radical Raja. Respect Mr. Pato Bantan. Rough, just like a soup in a pot. We are what? Bubbling hot.
I won't put you through it again. But yeah, 3 assists in 5 games. Like I say, from left back. Yeah, like him. I like it. I'm interested to see how that whole thing develops. If at the time of this being published, Potter is still manager, and going into that game, Potter is still manager, I'd lump on Everton assets because I think this is the one where he does go. He's got to.
Jack Grealish as captain is probably not the worst shout. Young Phil.
No.
Thank you.
Like that, Phil. Like that. Yeah. Well, look, here ends the reading, lads. Thanks so much for coming on and for nice to catch up, the 3 of us.
Always a pleasure.
We've just about hit the hour mark, so I think that feels as good a time as any to call it a day. Anything exciting coming up for either of you two boys this week? Anything you're doing?
No.
Oh, let's end on a high.
What about you, Mike? It feels like you're building up to tell us about something that's going to happen.
Gosh, it sounds like
very exciting.
Down a path here.
Yeah. Have the club organised something else for you to mark 500 games?
No, nothing of the sort. Thank you. No, that was all done and dusted. What am I doing? I'm doing a gig with Jason Mohammed tomorrow. That's a bit of fun.
Oh, okay.
Jason Mohammed off of Radio 2. I mean, he was previously on Final Score and Football Focus. Now he has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning for Radio 2 shift. But yeah, doing a little gig with him tomorrow night. But out of that, just a little award show. But yeah,
if you do get around.
Well, like to keep busy.
We've got we got an away game on Sunday with Upper Clatford.
And when you say you mean
Older Hawks.
Older Hawks, the girls under 11s team, is that right?
Under 12s.
Under 12s, and you're playing left wing.
Yeah, no.
This is king.
No, but so we got
Where the chuff is that?
well, Upper Clapford. That's what we googled that when we saw that somewhere near Andover. I mean,
It sounds like somewhere that would feature in Alan Partridge.
yeah,
And we've come full circle. Well,
Yeah.
good luck to the Hawks this weekend.
Up the Hawks, yeah. Go
Up the Hawks. Look, have a great week. Have a great game week, and we look forward to getting back together with you again. Same time, same place next week on all your platforms. Drop us a review, positive or negative. We'll take all comments. Like, subscribe, follow us on socials. Shout it from the rooftops. Oh, yes, Phil.
If a listener guesses the bubbling hot,
Oh,
can we end it?
No, but you can take suggestions from the listeners and put them into play.
I like that.
I mean, my plan was dummy accounts on Twitter and just start this every player.
Cheeky. Let's eke this out for as long as I feel it could drag out. Look, go well, folks. We'll see you on the other.
Don't leave that as a review.
What? They drag it out for as long as they can?
Yeah, let's eke this out as long as they can. Yeah, it's not great of you.
All right, then. Cheers, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye now.
Bye-bye. I'm leaving you, you cow.